YouTube, you know who this be. Sar to the G. We got Juge in this B, and we're ready to roll on the first broadcast. Just give us a few moments while we just make some quick adjustments to the audio and make sure we got everything good. Juge, you doing okay over there?
Yeah, everything's great over here. I could hear you.
Perfect. So it looks like everything's good to go. And, in our inaugural broadcast, we just had a few topics we wanted to discuss with everybody and, just see how everybody felt about all of it. So I'm going to give Juge the hot mic and go ahead and how do you feel about all of this?
Man, real quick, I want to say I'm a Xbox enjoyer. All right. And so I have the Xbox Live, and I I just downloaded, I don't know, probably about a solid like 20 games, and I've just been running through them so far. A lot of them are, maybe a little couple years old, but I'm just now getting to them, and it's been a very solid investment.
Honestly, I used to be a console guy, bro. Like, seriously, back when Xbox 360 was the brand new thing, I had everything, like, for it, all the accessories, and I loved it. But then
100%. I remember that. I remember you were the first one to have that, that technology before everybody.
and I loved Xbox Live. It was like a great service. Everything, the games were phenomenal. That was where they had that first remake of Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. Bro, that was like one of the best games ever. You used to play it too, right? Call of Duty
Oh,
4,
dude.
Modern Warfare?
Yeah, I think I probably played it more than I'd like to admit sometimes. I've had my time in 100%.
One of the greatest games of all time, honestly. Like, and it was for that console. Like that, it just released a lot of gold titles that were really good. But what I hated was 2.5 years into owning it, I got the Red Ring of Death, and I don't know if you ever got that on yours. Did you ever get the Red
I
Ring of Death?
I did. The Lord took my 360 100%.
Mine too,
But
bro.
I remember one of my neighbors had some kind of workshop, and he said that his grandpa fixes stuff like that on the side, but I just never had enough money or enough time to really care about, a $200 console.
I was the same way, bro. Like, I don't remember what the price was to fix it at that time. I think it was like almost 150 to $200. So I
And
was
it's like
just
the new one is coming out, you might as well wait.
exactly. I was just like, why? Why am I going to do that? And I ended up selling it. Somebody probably knew how to fix it, bought it off of me off of eBay for 75 bucks. Like I told them straight up, Red Ring of
Does
Death
not work.
does
Right.
not work. And back then, eBay wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't full of scam artists and stuff. It was like actually a nice place to do business. And gone just like that. Somebody's like, yeah, I could probably
Yeah.
fix it for like 20 bucks
Uh,
and sell it for like 200, 300.
Really quick, my newest
Hey,
family my newest family member,
hey,
everybody,
buddy. Hey,
John.
honestly, we need like a show mascot. We don't have one yet. I mean, he's got pretty slim competition right now, so I think he's in order to get hired.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we
But
definitely
yeah,
need him.
news film. What top three games have you been playing lately?
Forspoken, as much as everybody hates it, I'm kind of liking it. It's just a little, it's a lot going on for it. Like too many weapon systems and all sorts of things you got to learn. It's a lot, but it's a fun game. It's nice graphics, and for computers, it uses this new technology where it like has instant storage, so there's like zero loading time. I mean, I don't want to say there's,
Nice.
and it's not completely zero to be honest though, because it does still have a load screen for like, but it's so quick, like you barely notice it. Like how big the game is. It's 200 gigabytes, bro. 200, like
Wow, that's a big file, dude.
gigantic, man. Like these new games nowadays, I kid you not, like it's becoming the norm where 100 to 200 gigabytes a game is like what to expect.
Oh, especially when like we have quantum computing around the corner. Like, there's going to be some kind of obviously there's going to be quantum gaming, and what's that going to look like? What company is going to be ready for that when it comes?
You know, honestly, like technology is just changing so fast. Like AI and all that is just amazing. Like it's hard to imagine what we're gonna see like 20 years from now. Like, what if cars are smart? Like by that time they can drive better than people, and they're just like no more driving yourself, no more flying. There's no pilot. It's all automated. That's scary
That
at the same time too. Like you think about it, it's like man, it's probably what's gonna happen. But God forbid it's the Terminator or the Matrix.
I mean, I could see some some kind of like, like personal drone type vehicles, and then all of their software would sync to some kind of high, like 30,000 feet, or whatever, 14,000 feet highway across the sky, and it'll probably be a lot safer in the long run
That'd be
if we get
sweet.
people just getting their droned around instead of, getting drunk and drive.
Bro, I'm so on it. Like, honestly, I'm getting out the bar after I did fucking regulate karaoke. Sorry, my language, people. I didn't mean to drop that bomb, but when you're in the moment, like, honestly, like, imagine you're just leaving a club or a bar and you're just hyped. How awesome would that be? Rather than to call an Uber and sit in the back, you call a drone and it comes and flies you, like, on a hoverboard or something. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So, like, honestly, like, we could talk about video games forever, and Juge and I, we're huge video game fans. But how do you guys all feel about music? Let's talk a little bit about music over here. And Juge, I'm gonna drop you the hot mic. How are you feeling about this mumble rap and all that good stuff?
Oh man, there's a time and a place for that, man.
Right?
But it's not daily life for me. Lately, though, I can say I've been listening to a lot more hip hop, a lot of Kendrick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can
What's your
both safely assume that Kendrick is not mumble rap, so he's definitely a bit above that. Honestly, like there's
100%?
a few artists out there I like. Like Drake. I still like Drake and Wayne and Jay Z, even though technically they're last gen. But I like whatever they drop that's new. Snoop. Honestly, I wanted to like that new Death Row. I wasn't feeling it, bro. Did you listen to any of it?
No, I haven't listened to him for a very long time. I mean, like he has his throwbacks, and that's when I want to hear him. That's where I go. I go for the throwbacks. Yeah. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it is. Like anything after, once he got to No Limit, it was kind of like, I like that Death Row shit way better. Like it was just exponentially better. I still love Snoop. Don't get me wrong. And while we're here in the subject of entertainment, you know, um, one of the things I've been watching lately is wrestling. And one of the huge controversies last year was when Sasha Banks like stepped out and she was just like, "I'm not doing this," whatever the reason, whatever the storyline was, and she was out for a long time. And then all of a sudden, she went down to New Japan, and man, they even did a show in the Valley, and it rocked, bro. Like I don't want to say it's giving WWE a run, but what do you think?
dude, speaking about wrestling, do you ever watch any like UFC events?
Once in a while, I like that Andesaya thing where he came out like the Undertaker. That was pretty sweet.
Dude, like right now, I think the biggest fight still stuck in my head is that McGregor Khabib fight.
Oh
I don't know if
man,
you've seen that.
yeah, the
Uh,
original one. Like you're talking about the original fight.
the last fight that they had where Khabib knocked him the fuck out, and I think that or excuse me, he didn't knock him out. He choked him the fuck out. But just that I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. That was
He ate his words, bro. Not just that, but like he's always cocky. He always like has that funny walk he does and all that nonsense. But there's this funny thing on the internet. It's like this video of him in Russia, and he's like with the Russian president, and somebody memified it because he like goes to put his arm around the Russian president's neck, and then they're like, no, 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 and then they make him move his arm, and the caption is that day that McGregor almost died. It was the funniest thing, bro.
No shit. Man.
Man,
Hey, dude, what do you think about all this stuff in the news, like about Ukraine, Russia, World War III, nuclear Armageddon?
it's crazy,
Maybe
bro. Like honestly, I wish it was just like they figure out a different way other than them like trying to fight a hot war because it's just the risks are too high. But when there's money
yeah,
to be made, nobody really cares, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Somebody's making money
yeah.
off of it, and they've gotta step back for a second and just be like, let's let this calm down.
That would be the best move, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody really is ready for the nuclear Armageddon, but I
Nobody,
can't
bro.
imagine it would be too fun for
I
anybody.
I mean, if you want to see what that's like, go move to Venus. I'm sure you'll love it. If that's what your outcome is, somebody that's watching this that maybe is like a Doctor Evil type. I know you're out there. There's a lot of you like that. Jeff
Millions.
Bezos, he kind of looks like Doctor Evil, and he even had that Dickmobile spaceship that went that with the low Earth orbit. And it's like, okay, maybe he's really Doctor Evil. I'm kidding. I don't think he is, but it would be funny as hell if it would turn out to be true. Um,
Right.
you know, we have Google Earth over here, and the nice thing is like we can pretty much go to any. Of course, as soon as I say that, it just like goes to it, does its own thing, and wanders off the map. But long story short, like anywhere in the world nowadays, not just hypothetically, is only like a click away. Like you just go anywhere you want. You can zoom in on the map, and it takes you to wherever you want to go. That's the same analogy for this broadcast right here, right, Juge?
Oh, thanks, love. Yeah. Hey, what do you think about this Mosul alien UFO caught on camera whole thing going on lately? Have you heard anything about this?
Honestly, like I believe they're out there. I just don't know if we've caught actual footage of them yet. But they're probably out there, bro. Like I mean, if they are out there and they're like looking at the Earth and humans, I don't really think they're that impressed, to be honest. Because like people are
I don't
fucking.
know, man.
Oh man, sorry, but another. You got me going there. I was gonna say something about the human race and
You you never want to get this guy riled. Uh, but like so what I don't know if you've seen the same video that I seen, but there was like some kind of spheroid object caught by, aircraft surveillance equipment. And
recently.
yeah, very recently, like in the past couple months. And I was recently watching some like, biblical academic stuff, and one of the things was like accurately depicted angels, like how the Bible described them to be, and in different various forms. But one of their most common sphere was like spheroid, and I was in it like this, what's the chances of northern Iraq, Anunnaki, all this stuff adding up?
You know
Uh,
what's
you
interesting
know,
about the Anunnaki? It's there's a similar name in the Bible. So most people equate the Anunnaki to like the story of the Nephilim, the ones that fell. They were like the angels that fell onto Earth, and then they had babies with Earth women, and then they had giant children. Like Goliath was one of them. Long story short, that kind of points to aliens and the Anunnaki, but they specifically say the name Anakim, which sounds just like Anunnaki, and it's in that same context. So I don't know, bro. Like, I want to say aliens maybe did reveal themselves at some point, and then they were like, "We give up on these fools. Like, let them just do whatever the hell they want. We're out of here." Maybe, or they got something else to explain it. What do you think?
I think it's a very interesting theory. All of it.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down rabbit holes, and next thing you know, everything's either an alien or something, and it's just like it becomes that meme.
Aliens.
Aliens, right? Let's move on away from this tinfoil hat conversation here. So North America, that's us. Canada, Mexico, United States. You know, it's just kind of interesting. The whole, it's all mixed here in the states. Like it feels like you're very metropolitan, New World Babylon sort of thing. The interesting thing is though the languages that are spoken here. Like honestly, like even though it's English, mostly Spanish and French if you talk about the Canadians, but because of America, the way it's like so many different people, we have Juge and I right here. We speak Aramaic. That's one of the languages we know, and you'll find every language spoken in North America. Like literally, there's not probably a language that's not spoken here. And you know, what can we talk about? There's a lot of stuff on the news these days. You know, it's just like Biden fell off a bike, or you know, something similar to that extent. It's like always newsworthy. There's always something going on over here, and lately we've been getting slammed with winter storms, man. How'd you guys get hit over there?
Dude, I heard you guys got some substantial snow. How did that end up?
So far for the year, bro, 140 inches. It's almost, it's not a record year, but it's one of the like biggest ones in decades. That means we got about roughly 3 times as much snow as you guys get in a whole year. Yeah,
That is,
we get more annual snowfall than Anchorage over here. It's crazy, like, but it's Arizona, and people are like, it's the desert. How's that possible? When you're 7,000 feet up, man, it is cold up there. Like in the summer, it's nice. Like it'll be 90 the most in July, but then come nightfall, like dead of the night, 3 a.m., it's like 50 degrees, 60 degrees. It drops a lot.
at least it's only that much, man. That's like Michigan summer, 60 degrees.
You know,
No,
and the
dude,
humidity.
honestly, our weather has been shifting in a very positive direction, considering it comes with the the baggage of climate change.
You
Like
know,
our we've been getting warmed up pretty good so far. We're in the warmest zone until, we turn into a fireball.
I'm not a climate change denier or anything, but there's a simple solution to all of this. Plant more trees and desalinate water, and then it's compound effect. But it's expensive. I've seen the whole thing where they desalinate water, and it's like a very complex, intensive process. But
Oh
if
yeah,
it
it's like
becomes,
warehouses of filters. Yeah, I've seen
it's
that.
it's a logistical night challenge. I don't say nightmare. It's more of a challenge right now. But I mean, if everybody, it became the norm, and it was like everywhere, all the coastlines had desalination plants, and you had irrigation and everything. I think we could solve a lot of those problems because you're getting the carbon out of the air. It's trees are carbon. That's what they, you know. So maybe there's a fix for it. Might be expensive as hell, but I think people act like we're kind of helpless. Like like there's the people that are like the climate change deniers that are just like, no, it's not changing. And then there's people that's like, yeah, it's changing, but maybe we can do something about it. And then there's the doomsdayers, like, oh, there's nothing we can do. It's irreversible. We're screwed. Our children had like that Greta Thunberg girl, the meme.
Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar.
Unacceptable, whatever it is. But yeah, long story short, I think maybe if like people started putting their efforts more into that sort of thing than like funding these crazy wars everywhere, like we were talking about in Ukraine,
Yeah,
better use of money. Better use of money. Let's not fund
yeah,
wars. Let's fix that.
yeah, and not in the way that they're doing it either. I think uh that could be done a lot better.
Seriously, like almost like we're being laughed at times. It's like you didn't think of a better solution than that. Like that's your solution, but it is what it is. You know. I just like watching what they're doing in like the Emirates, the United Arab Emirates. They have these like zones that they're building that are like eco towns in the desert, and they're drawing all from like solar energy, solar thermal, and it's like in the middle of the desert. They made it fertile. They brought water to it. And it's like, hey, we got these giant deserts in the world and shit. Like, why not? Let's, maybe Arizona's a good place or New Mexico. try it here. Just doing like some people throw their money together, like do a whole big crowdfunded thing. Try it out. See what happens. If it works on a small scale, you can scale it up. And you know, I'm not running for politician right now, but that really sounded political as hell.
I approve that message.
Yes, sir.
What are your guys' like hunting lands like?
You know, honestly, I haven't looked into it at all here, but I think it's like supposed to be one of the more friendlier places towards that because of the whole lax, gun laws over here and whatnot. So hunting is, I know it's pretty popular because I always see advertising for it, but I haven't experienced it in any way so far. Bro, honestly, since I moved here, like it's just been mostly working, going to school, trying to finish up my degree. But I'll find out soon. And honestly, like I've been wanting to kind of see like how bear hunting is because they have bears over here, and that would be pretty fun. Like I don't know, man. Like
Dude, that would be a great time.
right, like no offense to the animal lovers out there, it is what it is. Sometimes they're overpopulated, and it actually might be the more humane thing to do than let them eat out the other bears out of house and home. So we're doing nature a service, and I heard bear ribs are actually pretty good. I haven't tried it, but that is like a common item that people serve like that go hunting is bear ribs.
Oh yeah, man, we gotta try that in like 2 years' time.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely try it out. Like bear, it's sounds like it'd be like porky. That's what I would.
That sounds like a perfect test for. I was interested in building a rifle, chambered in 300 Winchester Magnum in a AR
Nice.
style platform. Right now, there is a company that does make a receiver that does accept it, but of course, it's an expensive build, which is fair enough, But I think that would be a fucking excellent journey. Or I've always also really wanted to get a moose out of Alaska, but I
That'd
heard
be
there was a lot
sweet.
of red tape. There was a lot of red tape around it, though.
What about in Canada? I heard that's like huge in Canada.
Possibly, I'm not entirely sure to be honest.
Bro, I haven't been to Canada in a long time. You know, it's funny. I wasn't even like looking at the script or the notes, and we're like literally talking about the world at large. But no, Canada, man. I used to love going to Canada. Like you remember
Oh
when we were
man,
kids,
yeah,
we'd always go blast, bro.
they've been experiencing a lot of challenging gun right measures in their hunting.
I
Uh,
heard they got rid of like you can't get a handgun anymore.
yeah, it's yeah, maybe they might have their 1776 moment.
Okay, I'm not trying to instigate that. Let's just make sure that's clear out there. You radical Canadians out there, chill the hell out. This is just expression
Put
of
the
speech.
maple the put the maple syrup down.
Oh man, speaking of maple syrup, bro, I've been loving maple syrup lately. Gema, right? Like the Middle Eastern cream thing that you eat. It's like
Yeah,
the Italians have mascarpone. It's just like
yeah.
mascarpone, bro. I bought. I've been eating a lot of ricotta lately, like whole milk ricotta, and using maple syrup. Like I got this. I think I'm charged up. I could take off this. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta show you this. I'm not like sponsoring this brand, by the way, just so everybody knows. I'm actually gonna try to cover the brand with my thumb. But
He said, if you
bro,
know, you know.
dark maple syrup, and it's like the organic kind. It's not like Aunt Jemima or anything, where it's like mixed with corn syrup. Bro, it feels like it's almost cooked down because it's got like a real caramely flavor. And man, with
Almost like a Shira.
bro, straight up like with ricotta. Like you got everything keeps getting blurred out because I'm using this virtual background. But honestly, ricotta cheese, bread, and maple syrup. Lately, that's been my thing. And shout out to all the Canadians out there. That's kind
Yeah,
of where we were going with this.
they're right across the river from me. I'll let them know you said hi.
Bro, honestly, like if I would like to go back there again soon. Like the next time I visit over there to Detroit, man, that would be fun. Canada is a nice place to visit for sure. Um, I've always wanted to see Vancouver and Montreal. I've been to Toronto. Toronto's great, but Montreal and Vancouver, like their next two biggest cities, those would be fun trips.
Are you familiar with Marijuana Man?
No, what is that?
It's well, he's a person and
Yeah.
he has a YouTube channel. But he's been like notorious like the under the radar Cheech and Chong. Uh, and he just does random live streams all the time. And he's out of British Columbia. So I've always
So
said
could
it
you
would
get on
be
the phone,
a great
please?
trip to go and burn one with Marijuana Man.
Did you hear that by any chance? The soundboard when I played it.
No, but
Oh, it didn't play.
I imagine it was good.
I'm gonna see if any of this plays. Like,
You think I'm funny?
that was Arnold saying, "You think I'm funny?" But I had this whole soundboard thing here, and man, it was. There's nothing better than an Arnold soundboard, especially when it has like over 100, I think 140 phrases. It's amazing how many phrases there are. There's just like, here, let me play one. Maybe this will come out when they play this back after the fact, because right now this is the live stream. Maybe it's not playing, but it'll play in the video itself.
I want your help.
These are hilarious. These are like the greatest things.
What are we having for dinner?
What are we having for dinner? But, speaking of the world at large, what else, what do you think? Like, what do you think is going on today with everything that's going on at large, pretty much?
And ain't nothing to it but to do it, a wise man once said. And with that, I would like to give my new meme channel and potentially with my cousin here, the new host of uh, official meme center on YouTube. We're going to start that up pretty soon.
Go ahead and punch that into the live chat so everybody sees that on there. You guys got to join both of these channels, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to have a thing going here. It's going to be recurring broadcasts. Hopefully every Wednesday. We might skip a week or two depending on a holiday or not. But we're signing off here. Hoping you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to leave the last line for Juge.
There you go, everybody. Have a great night, man.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Take care, yeah.